everybody, this is Becky Legiro for CoinGeek.com, here with Bernhard of Centi. But here at the London Blockchain Conference where we are right now, you announced a partnership with Centbee. And I think that this has been a big buzz that's been around the conference floor. So I wanted you to, first of all, tell us the announcement that you revealed here at the conference.
Yeah, we announced that we partner with Centbee in order to do remittance payments from Switzerland to sub-Saharan Africa. Switzerland is one of the biggest remittance source countries in the world. It does 3 times more remittances than the entire UK, and a lot of that money is going to Africa. Centbee has wonderful off-ramps in several African countries, including cash, bank payments, as well as mobile money. And we have very good on-ramps in Switzerland. So we're combining those two strengths to a remittance payments product.
So tell us more about the stablecoin and why is this such a groundbreaking news for us here?
Well, I think it's just the first stablecoin on BSV. It's fully backed by a bank guarantee. It's suitable for micropayments. It's direct to consumer, so that makes it quite different from other stablecoin products.
I do believe you were saying that there are quite a few people coming up to you and asking questions and wanting to know more about this. Can you just elaborate what kind of people that you're talking to and where they're coming from? Enterprises, local London folks coming in from internationally, who are they?
Yeah, there were some local London folks. There were actually people from Africa that asked about remittances and the stablecoin. They asked whether we can issue a stablecoin for their country.
Yeah.
Some company asked whether we can provide merchant services to them. Some companies want to issue their own stablecoin and might need help with tech.
Yeah.
So there's all sorts of requests, and it was of course great to see that there's so much interest for it.
So can you do those things for them?
Most of them, yes, but not everything at the same time, and not everything today.
Yeah, it's really interesting because I think that a lot of people, when they think of blockchain, they're not thinking of payments. They're thinking of...
Which is sad, is sad. I mean, it's a, peer-to-peer electronic cash system. It's, it says it right from the beginning. It's there for micropayments, so that's exactly what we're doing. We're actually doing something very boring in that sense.
No, it's not boring at all. And I think actually micropayments is something that I wanted to talk to you about. First of all, when micropayments, you need to have a very specific blockchain because you can't have high fees when you're dealing with super small payments. And obviously, if you're going to be dealing with whole countries, Africa, it needs to be scalable. So talk to me about the type of blockchain tech that you need to power something like you are doing and why that is just needs to be at the crux of the whole thing.
So the important factors for us to choose the blockchain is really scalability, which is clearly given with BSV blockchain because everyone in this space wants to push the scalability. There are constant stress tests being launched. Where does thing break? Okay, next time we go higher, we go further. Then there needs to be a very strong commitment to stability because we as a business, we can't work with a technology that keeps sort of pulling the rug from under our feet all the time. Compliance compatibility is also super, super important. And then of course, the blockchain needs to have economies of scale and not reverse economies of scale like we're seeing in 99% of the blockchain projects.
Yeah, I think that working within the law is a big focus of this actual conference here, which I know was a big part of the groundwork that you did over at Centi to get your stablecoin launched. Can you talk to me about some of the regulators you had to deal with and some of the lawmakers you had to deal with and how that whole process went for you?
What was really good for us is that the blueprint for us was always very clear for the stablecoin as well as for the payments business.
Yeah.
We just had to go and build it and get all those confirmations that that the blueprint that we have in our head is also fine for the regulator and for the self-regulatory organization that governs us. But we didn't really hit any roadblocks there, to be honest. And then once you have that, it's all about building the trust with the financial services partners, with the banks, working with great partners such as Centbee, and to build from there.
Yeah, really great. And when I was saying that people don't think of payments when they think of blockchain is because I feel like the crypto world is where people think of payments and trading and coins and all of this. And unfortunately, there's a lot of funny business that goes on in that world, and we're trying to separate from that. But when you get into the blockchain world and deal with micropayments, with the BSV blockchain, for example, it's not all of this trading and these scams and all these things. But do you find that the negativity that comes along with the word crypto or the word NFT or all of this makes it more difficult for you to get involved with legitimate markets or not so much?
When we talk to these partners like banks and so on, it's not so much in focus. It's really all about whether this is from a regulatory perspective possible essentially what I tell people is, just think of it as we would do the same thing on paper. It's just more, versatile. It's just digital. It's made for today's world. But think about, would this work on paper? Would it be legal on paper? And if yes, then you could probably do it on a blockchain as well.
Brilliant. Well, we absolutely love your work, Bernhard. So happy to have you here.
Thank you.
And I really hope you have an amazing time in here in London, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
And thank you guys so much for watching. It's Becky Legiro for CoinGeek.com.
Bitcoin mining, Bitcoin wallet, blockchain, stablecoins, MetaNet, the evolution of money. Everybody is talking about Bitcoin today, but what exactly is it? Learn the basics from experts. Learn what Bitcoin is, how it works, and why it matters. Bitcoin 101, your ultimate guide to the fundamentals of blockchain.